let's talk about the importance of making good friends. I want to tell you guys a little story. So, when I moved to the US, I was 16. My English was a bit choppy, and I was going to high school in a very small town. So, there weren't a lot of people that spoke my language. And I made the mistake of not making friends with the people that could speak English because I was like, maybe my English is not good. Maybe they wouldn't get me. Maybe I wouldn't get them. So, when I got to university, I went to one of the big 10 schools in America. There were a lot of South Asian people, and I became desperate to make friends because I was always operating from this place of feeling extremely unworthy. Therefore, just being alone was getting to me at that point. So when I started hanging out with these people, they started calling me this one derogatory term, and it stood for fresh off the boat. And it's a very derogatory, humiliating term that South Asian people use among each other, to call out the new immigrants to the US and basically saying, hey, you have no exposure, you don't know anything, and you can never be us. And I want you guys to know that it literally took a toll on me to a point where I graduated college and I got a job. Like, I got a job while I was in college and I graduated. I moved to Chicago and I was afraid to apply for jobs where I would have to stand in front of people and talk because I was always operating from a place of, oh, my English is not good enough. I have an accent. Until I started hanging out with some people that were immigrants that were, um, you know, they held really good positions. They were operating from a place of having so much confidence, and they looked at me and they said, oh my god, Q, no, you need to start creating content, stop worrying about your accent. Like, there's nothing that you're going to be able to do about your accent, but it doesn't mean that you have no expression. It doesn't mean that you have no message or no wisdom to share with other people. So put yourself out there. So I started creating content from 15 seconds. If you go back to my videos, I used to be so scared. I would stand in front of the camera and I would talk for 15 seconds and I would just stop. Now the reason why I'm telling you this is because, I mean, I still have a long way to go, but I've come a long way. And the reason why there was so much delay in doing what I really wanted to do was because I was so afraid of the judgment of other people, because I let myself feel the insecurities that were projected upon me that were not mine. I have always been comfortable with public speaking, but just because I hung out with people that were belittling me and degrading me and constantly taking a jab at me, I did this to me. Therefore, it's very important, girls, if you're listening to this, it's extremely important for you to make friends that are there to empower you, that are there to lift you up. And if you're hanging out around people that are draining your energy, cut them off. Cut them off. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.